Good afternoon, friends, and welcome to my channel, the Boozy Cinnamon Roll. My name is Judson, and today we've got a vintage holiday ornament for you. We're doing our day drinking and crafting series for the holidays. Today's inspiration and craft and intro, today's inspiration for the craft and our intro, which I'm blundering and shamelessly stealing, is directly from Wickedly Whimsy. If y'all are not watching her channel, you should definitely check it out. I'm a huge fan of her DIY stuff, and she just does an amazing job. Now, do not blame her if today's craft turns out horrific, or if you somehow, following my instructions, go down the wrong path, and I accept full responsibility for the level of crafting. But she did the craft, and I loved it, and so I'm totally inspired by that, and we're gonna move forward. All right. The reason the giant school glue container is on the table is that I wanted to show you that 2017, I bought this thing, and I am still above the halfway mark, and I use it all the time. Totally not sponsored, but this is like, the oil at Hanukkah, where the lamps went for 8 days when they only had enough oil for 1 day. So it's gonna last forever. I'm gonna leave it to my grandchildren in my will or something. So what is this craft that I'm going on about, or that I am so excited about? It is a Christmas ornament made from these Dollar Tree champagne coupes. It's from the Dollar Tree. When I bought them, they were $1.25. They're probably $1.75 now, but I bought them a month ago. Basically, what she did, what I'm going to do, is turn these champagne coupes into a vintage style or inspired holiday ornament. And they come 6 in a package, and then you also get the bases, which I've got here. Let's see if I can pop this. I'm not using the bases today. I'm going to save them and use them for another craft because, of course, I am. I don't think any crafter ever throws away. Here we go. So it does have the base, little silver trimmed champagne coupe. Save the bases. We'll do something else later. And then I'm going to I have a variety of paint. I've got this apple barrel spring green. I like the color there, kind of vintagey, jadeite. I have the Bahama blue Americana deco paint. This is what I used for the Tiffany Christmas a few years back. Tablecloth is kind of that color. I've got, what color? It's pink, obviously. Rose. Oh, Parisian pink is the color. Woo-woo, fancy. I'm not certain, but I believe that this is one of the pink colors that, it's obviously not the same bottle, but one of the pink colors that we used for the original pink and green Christmas in 2012, 2013, something like that. Matthew's big inspiration. I also have this glitter washable tempera paint. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm already disappointed. I'm going to use it. I'm going to show you what it does. But every year when I'm getting into the Christmas stuff, I'm like, oh, I love it. It's glittery. You can see it's glittery. It's kind of clear. It's, it's thin. I'm like, oh, this is going to be this glittery red tint on everything. It never works out the way I want it to work. I have yet to be successful, but I'm ever hopeful, so I keep trying. And then I've got, what do we have? I have this kind of tinsel-y stuff. I did that thing where you buy one of the tinsel wrapped trees from the Dollar Tree, not because you want it, because they are not cute, but because you're going to use the structure underneath, and then, you know, because I do kind of like the tinsely stuff. I've also got this silver chenille stems, and then somewhere I have, here it is, I have this kind of really thin wired silver tinsel ribbon. I have a bowl of little whatnot. Someone calls them bits and bobs. I don't know. Some of them are the hot glue in the molds that I got. I don't know if I've shown that video yet or not, but uploaded that video or not. But I bought some like silicone molds off of Amazon, and then because I wanted to test them out right away and I didn't want to mess with the plaster of Paris, I just filled them all with hot glue, and some of them came out really cute, and so then I kind of painted them. This one maybe is not the cutest, but there it is. And then I've got these little, some of these little dancing Santas that I bought off of Amazon and spent probably way too much money on. They just kind of, when I was growing up, we had a gold one like this. I don't remember if it was glittery or not, but definitely the little dancing Santa. Yeah, it didn't make it. It didn't survive, but I did have one. And so when I saw these, I was, you know, nostalgic, whatever, which that's a big part of Christmas. So anyway, bowl full of that stuff. I have a bunch of little circles. This is my little circle thing, circle container. Anytime I have extra craft paper, and I'm using the circle punches, I just punch a bunch of circle punches and throw them in here so that when I'm ready to craft, I, you know, have stuff like that. And then I've got these tags. They're white. They have a little hole. You pop the hole out and you can use them as tags on different things. Several years ago, we did, 2020, I think, Paul had asked for kind of a tropical Christmas. In fact, I've got some right here. So we did, using those as kind of a base, used silk flower petals off of some lace, and then added little snowflake ornaments in the middle, or this is an alternate version with the bigger snowflake, but stuff like that. So I have a bunch of this stuff that we're going to be using. I have, or potentially using, I have way more glitter than one person has any business owning. I've got the small chunky glitter in silver. I've got it in blue. I've got it in red. Somewhere I've got the clear shimmer glitter that I've used a couple of times already. And then I also have, this pack of glittery goodness that I got at the Dollar Tree or Dollar Tree? Yes, Dollar Tree. I also went to Michael's, but I don't think this is from Michael's. In all of these glittering blue, silver, and green colors, which I feel like are very retro. What else do we have? Somewhere, my craft table is an absolute disaster, which is kind of good that you can't, I mean, you can see some of it, but you can't really see. I haven't forgotten that I have a drink, and I'm going to tell you about it in a minute. I saw this penguin ice tray at the Dollar Tree the other day, and like I had to have it. I think they're adorable. And obviously I'm not going to use it for ice cubes, but again, in my immediate need to see if it really worked, I squirted hot glue in one, and it turned out super cute. I'll show it to you. It's not perfect, and probably I'll, you know, do it again, but like, it turned out cute. I just used some chalk paint, painted it white, and then kind of trimmed the edge with the black. That's black chalkboard paint from the Dollar Tree, and then some pink and blue, and then I used a Sharpie for the beak and the eyeballs. So, I mean, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And I'm definitely going to use that because I think penguins are cute, and someone in my family is a fan of penguins. So let's get started. My drink of the day is Bailey's Irish Cream and a shot of butterscotch schnapps. And I think it's called an Angel Kiss if you drink it in a shot, but I don't know what it's called when you have a big glass. But anyway, so let's get to it. I do like it. All right, so the first thing you're gonna do, take your champagne coupe, and for this one, the red tempera paint, I think that what I'm gonna do to see if I can't get it to work better than it did in the earlier version is I'm gonna give my champagne coupe a coat of Mod Podge in advance, and then kind of let it dry before I hit it with the tempera paint. Because what happens is the tempera paint looks lovely, and then it dries and it looks quite honestly like a crime scene. So that's not exactly the look we're going for. So let's see what we can do. I've got the Mod Podge here and just a regular paintbrush. Actually, I'm gonna regret that I just put a tiny little bit of Mod Podge in the cup. Oh, I just hit the edge of my drinking glass with the Mod Podge. That is a crime. All right, so just kind of quick little coat of Mod Podge around the inside of the coupe, down in the neck of the glass, and then around the edge here. This is the glossy, or the shiny, satiny gloss. This is the gloss Mod Podge, which I like. I mean, I don't think it would matter with these coupes because they're plastic and we're painting the inside. So even if we were using a matte paint on the inside, the outside of it is gonna be glossy because it's plastic. So quick and easy little coat of Mod Podge here. Set that aside, let it dry. And then once it's dry, we'll hit it with the tempera paint. In the meantime, we'll do another coupe in another color. Let's do the Bahama Blue. Okay. Basically, it's the same process as the Mod Podge. I'm just gonna pour just a little bit of the paint in the coupe, and then use my paintbrush to kind of make sure it gets around the neck and then around the inside of the coupe. Y'all, sometimes when I'm editing these videos, I am just like, why do I keep saying that word or this word, or why do I use that expression over and over again? It's kind of like the very first videos that we did for day drinking and crafting. My verbal tick was, in any case, I said it over and over and like multiple times in every video. And those were the ones where Matthew was filming me. And he even was like calling me out in the video. He was like, Pop, you gotta stop saying it. It's like, it's a verbal tick is what it is. So kind of painting this. Now, the first one I did, which you'll see here in a minute, because I'm gonna do the internet swap out. The first one of these that I did, let's add a little bit more paint, with the Bahama Blue. Oh, that's way too much paint. Let's see if I can pour it back out. Don't know if you can see, but Look at that, all fancy. It came out amazing. Like the there weren't any brush strokes showing through the cup, nothing. It was just like flawless. This one, not so much. So this is probably too much paint, but let's try and see what I can do to, I mean, and it's not the end of the world if there are brush strokes kind of showing through or clear spots showing through, because we're gonna hit it with glitter here. But I would prefer it if there were none. All right, so that's the blue. It's better. I'm a little concerned that I got so much paint in there. That was not at all my intention, but we'll see. I'm gonna let it dry just a little. In theory, what I want to do is hit it with a little bit of that iridescent glitter now while the paint is still wet, but I am concerned that with this much paint, that might be a mistake. So I'm just going to turn this one upside down on a paper towel over here and let some of the paint hopefully drain off and dry, and we'll go from there. And then I'm going to do pink. And I'm gonna switch to a different paintbrush. All right, so here we go. Last one. Well, it's not really the last one. There's 6. I've done 3 already that I'm fixing to swap out and show you. But so we'll do this one with the pink. Maybe. Okay, this is really thick. So perhaps it is the original pink from Colorado if it's so thick and I still have it, but same idea. Swirl it around the coupe, painting. And I kind of like, I mean, first of all, I like that the vintagey aspect of it. The champagne coupe, first of all, you know, was like super popular in the 50s and 60s and fell out of favor for the champagne flute, because you know, with the champagne flute, you get to see the bubbles going all the way up the glass, and it's, I don't know, it's fancier or something. There was a reason, like in the 80s and 90s, like where the flute was preferable to the coupe. However, in recent times, recently, the coupe is returning in popularity, partly because I think that's just the nature of how things go, but also like there's an expert reason involving champagne bubbles. All right, so this, I mean, I like the pink, but it's kind of a hot mess. You can see the brush strokes. I hope you can see them. And then on the outside, you can kind of see them as well. So we'll try a little bit more and we'll let it dry. And hopefully, or not let it fully dry, but let it a little bit dry. Although this one, I could probably hit with the glitter right away. So when y'all decorate, do you do like a different theme every year, or is it just the same? Or I know that, so this year it's all over the interwebs, the Ralph Lauren Christmas. And then people are saying you can thrift it. Basically a Ralph Lauren Christmas, it's a traditional Christmas. Don't get anything new. Use the same things you use every year. You know, or upgrade, what is it? Upflip. Y'all, when I edited the last video and I could not remember the word and I'm looking like an idiot just spitting out words, and then I, of course, when I am editing it, I remember it, but it's a thrift flip, I guess, or an upgrade, or anyway. There's a phrase or a word and y'all know what it is, so put it in the comments if I don't hit you with it somewhere on the screen once I do the editing. But you know, like basically take the ornaments you have and then, you know, go through it and make it work. I may have shared this, have so many ornaments, like it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. When we moved to Colorado, I want to say I took 6 tubs of ornaments, and then like we moved back with maybe 8, and it's not that I acquired. So I acquired some, like we did the pink and green thing. So like that was starting from scratch. But we thrifted a bunch of stuff, and Matthew painted a bunch, like painted so much. So we had like a couple of small boxes of that. And then the next year Paul wanted purple and green. And so we had a little bit of that, but not as much as you would think. And then it's not like we got other ornaments and stuff while we were there, but we did buy, because I had gotten rid of all of our artificial trees before we went, or I had scaled down, or anyway, so while we were there, we got our big tree that we still have, and then we also got 2, because I wanted like an 8-foot tree, but yeah, it was really expensive. So we have a 6-foot tree or a 5-foot tree that is acceptable, but then I also got 2 little 4-foot trees because I didn't have enough space on the one tree for all the ornaments. Anyway, long story short, actually that was just a long story. I have a bunch of ornaments, and so even though we do change up theme every year or so, I'm not always going out and getting new ornaments for the you know, for this year's Christmas. Usually I just go through the stuff I have and go, oh, this year we're gonna do wood ornaments, or this year we're gonna do sort of a rustic woodsy theme, or vintagey angel-y, or pink and green. You know, whatever the theme is, I just kind of go through and call out, because honestly, I don't know if I tried to use all of our ornaments, it would look like, I can't even imagine. There probably aren't words. All right, so basically I painted it green. I'm not loving the coverage, but I'm gonna go with it. What I'm gonna do now is hit it with that shimmery, actually, I was gonna do the fine, clear, effervescent, iridescent glitter, but I think, and not at all because I don't know where it is and I don't want to pause the video and get up and go looking for it. I think I'm gonna go with the silver. So got the wet paint. This is important. If you wait till the paint dries, then you need to hit it with the Mod Podge or glue or something. And then we are going to cut that corner off. You know, I'm already regretting this because I don't know if I have a container to put this in, but we'll figure it out. And then I'm just putting the silver glitter in the cup, in the champagne coupe, and I'm gonna go ahead and put all of it, even though I'm gonna dump it out here in a minute, because there's not any way that I'm gonna be able to get it back in this little bag. And even if I do, short of using like a flat iron to seal the bag up, although that probably would really work, yeah, I don't have a good way of keeping that. So I got the glitter in here, and then I'm just going to swirl it around, swirl the cup around to get the glitter everywhere. Let's see if I can do this on camera so that you can see. Hopefully it's not just spilling out in my hand, but kind of like that. Oop, a little did, so that you're getting the glitter on the inside. And I need a piece of paper to dump this out on. Hold on. Plan ahead, people! All right, I'm back. Do y'all ever do that thing where you're like, hey, I should, or didn't I, like as I'm looking for a piece of paper to dump the glitter out on, I'm like, I could swear that I have a container that I have been dumping little, like the tail ends, the scraps of glitter that I've used, or glitter that I've used on something, or where there's a mix of the glitter, so I don't want to dump it back in like the original container, because I don't want to contaminate it or cross contaminate it with different colors. Yeah, I cannot find it. Anyway, so here, this is not a piece of paper, but I've got this little ice cream cone that I used as or snow cone paper that I used as a funnel the other day, and I have taped the bottom off so that, because it normally didn't have a hole in it, but I cut a hole in it to use it as a funnel, and now there's a hole in the bottom of it, but I kind of glued it up so that I could dump this in it, and then when I'm all done, I can find a container for it, or a bag or something. All right, so I don't know. It's not beautiful, but it's a background, so you're not really gonna see it. It'll be all right. So that's what we've got. This is what you're gonna do. You're gonna do your all of them, paint them on the inside. If you want to do multiple coats so that it looks better on the outside, go for it. And then hit it with the glitter when the last coat of paint is still wet, or like I said, Mod Podge it after it's dried, and then hit it with a little bit of glitter. This is going to be your backdrop. Wait for it to dry. So here's the magic of the internet swap out. Dun dun dun. I have 3 that we've already done. Oh, also I was going to show you, rather than just laying them on the table where they could roll off, I've got this bowl filled with those stone vase fillers from the Dollar Tree. I've just been sticking the coupes in here like this. Well, that one's not. To let them dry, kind of as a fun little, keeping them upright to let them dry kind of thing. All right, enough of that. So swap out time. I have 3, count them, 3 that I've already painted and glittered, and we're going to finish them at this point. All right, internet swap out time. See, 3 that are done. This is the cursed red tempera paint with the glitter. I don't even know why I try. I tell you, every year, just sucked in, lured in by the beauty of it in the bottle, and it never turns out the way I want it to. But whatever, we're gonna move on. So before we go to the next step, here's the blue. This is the Bahama blue with the iridescent glitter on the inside. I don't know if you can really see that or not. And yeah, and then I did one with the spring apple green or whatever it is. See, this is what I mean with you can see the glitter probably a little bit better, but like the brush strokes, like not the brush strokes, but it didn't do good coverage, and I couldn't really tell it when I was doing it. Anyway, so I've got those. The next step is I want to glitter the rim of it, kind of like if you were going to have a margarita, you would, take your margarita cup and put lime around it, dip it in the salt or the sugar, depending on what kind of margarita, and then it's kind of festive. And I kind of want to do that with the glitter. So I've got my paint here, my glue here, and I'm just going to take this one that was in the glue and just carefully run a line of glue around the outside rim. You could also do Mod Podge for this, but you know, apparently I'm mixing all the glues. I've got the hot glue gun, I've got this is the Elmer's glue, I've got the Mod Podge open. I should really put the lid on that. I've got the paint still open. Please do not let me spill paint on myself. I wonder if I think I did, but I put the Mod Podge lid. Genius, Judson, genius. I put my Mod Podge lid on my paint. That's no bueno. Let's set this down. Now I'm going to have blue Mod Podge. Will we survive? Tune in tomorrow for crafting mishaps. All right, so we have lightly glued the outside of this, and then we're going to hit it with, or we're going to dip it in some glitter. And for this, I'm going to go with the red, I think. I was trying to decide, since there's some pretty greens, like do I want to do a green rim with the green cup, or do I want to do, but I'm going to go with the contrasting with the red, and then when I do the red, I'll do a green and maybe do a darker blue with the blue. So what I'm going to do, I've got my little tiny red glitter. I'm just going to put it in this saucer, see, just like margarita salt, and then just gently dip the edge of the cup where the glue is into the glitter, bum, 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 just like one would with a margarita. So I have a friend whose family Christmas tradition is they have Mexican food on Christmas Day with margaritas, and I mean all in margaritas and the chips and salsa and tamales. And now my family has enchiladas on Christmas Eve, but we don't do it with margaritas, and we don't do the chip. It's a thing, but maybe we should. We've done margaritas for Thanksgiving though. Things to ponder. Anyway, so here we go. Red rim, green cup with the shimmery glitter on the inside. And then the next step is, what are we going to put inside? And you've got multiple options. Like we talked about, we've got the shimmery tinsel, but I think I'm going to save that for the blue or the red. And what I'm going to do with this one is I have these hot mess. I've got these tulle circles in various shades of pink and green. And what are they from? I know you're wondering. Well, I got them. That was ripping. The year that we did the pink and green party, bought them online somewhere. They were super cheap, and then used them as table decor. Like we layered 3 and 4 different around the center of the table, and then there were table decors, and it was like, it was Matthew's idea. And then we had that year's Christmas party was at the Fireman's Hall here in Oklahoma City. When we were cleaning up, because they kind of have static cling to them, stuck one on like a support post that's in the building. Just slapped it up there, and left it kind of as a ha-ha. When we had the party the next year, it was still there. We left it. So for all I know, it could still be there. So I've got some pink and some green. Go with another pink. And just kind of, I think I've got 4 there. Stacked them up. And then what I'm gonna do is, carefully, so that I don't mess up the glitter rim, I'm gonna take this chopstick, and put the tulle circles down over the chopstick, and then just stick it into the bottom of the coupe. And then I'm going to kind of flare it out a little. You know what? Let me pull that out. That green paint was not dry. It'll be all right. I wanted to take the green out. All right, so I took out the green because I didn't like the mix of the green and pink tulle together. And I'm trying to remember when I did the first coat on these, at least a day ago. So I'm not sure why it's still wet paint, but it is. Anyway, pushed it back down, and then I'm gonna flare out the pink. And maybe use my scissors to trim it down a little. Even it out. Yeah. Like this. So kind of like that. And then just put something on the inside. What do we think that's going to be? I'm going to use I could use this. What do you think? Like the tropical Christmassy one. I could do this. Or I could do something. I do have my little penguin guy. He's always an option. But then I've also got some of these other things, as I mentioned. Let's see. Why are they so small? That was the one thing with the molds I got from Amazon, is that teeny tiny. I mean, like teeny tiny. This guy, this is Santa. He's smaller than my thumb. So like, if I was doing a mini tree, maybe I could find a way to, but yeah. So. Okay, I think I got it. So I'm gonna use this guy here, little holly leaf with berries. And also, I've got this red bell. And also in my little bowl of whatnots, I've got this. It's the topper of a Dollar Tree ornament. And it came off, and because I have a hoarding problem and I don't ever throw anything away, I still got it. And I am going to hot glue it to the bell so that it looks like the bell is an ornament. And then I'll use that, and then the holly berry. I warned this glue gun, the precision one, that if it didn't get with the program and start working, I was going to replace it. And then to show it that I mean business, I dug out this I don't know, ancient glue gun that Kathleen had it when we got married. So we're talking from the 90s, early 90s, from 1990. Y'all, it has moved. We moved with it to Colorado. We moved with it back from Colorado. It is like a hardcore, like craftsman style. I plugged it in to use it today. The trigger doesn't work. And I instantly remembered, hey, this is why we got the other glue gun, because the trigger doesn't work on this one. Why have I been hauling it around in a Ziploc bag with like 20 of the giant fat glue sticks for the last 30 years? Answer me that. But, you know, ideal time for my precision glue gun that the boys got me to be acting up. All right, so I got this and I got this, and I'm just going to stick this in here to hold it. I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue to hold attach the bell next. So I did kind of mess up the glitter on the rim of the cup. So definitely when you do this, wait for the glitter. Don't be impatient like me. Wait for the glitter rim to dry. So this is my first one. It's glue, you know, green on the outside, got the pink tool and the little decorations on the inside. And what Wickedly Whimsy did, she had some ornament hangers that she attached at the top and then hung them like that, so where it looked like from facing you, it looked like a vintage ornament that was hanging, like one of those ones that has the opening. But also she mentioned that with the tail on, the stem of the cup still in place, it makes it really easy to just stick it in the tree, that you don't really have to have a hanger. You can just stick it in your tree, and you know, because you've got the lever to, you know, kind of sit on the branch like that. And I think that's what I'm going to try. So this is ornament 1. And then just real quick, I was going to hit you with the second one, which is this one here. And I'm going to reluctantly bypass the glittering of the edge, because actually, no, you know what I'll do? I'll put tinsel on it. I'll do a cheat rather than the glitter, because apparently I'm gonna mess that up big time when I start handling things. I'm just going to, let's do this really quickly, put one of these tinsel. Here, what I'm doing is I'm just kind of going through it like this and kind of curving it so that it's already in a circle to make it a little easier to glue it to the inside rim of the cup. All right. Come on. Maybe it's time for a new glue gun. Okay, be careful, don't burn yourself. See, I had mistakenly purchased or been gifted or something those glitter glue sticks. Not really a fan. I mean, they were okay. They were okay. But I feel like in retrospect that they gunked up the inside of my glue gun, preventing me from effectively using it and taking advantage of the precision tip of the glue gun for future craft projects. However, I carefully, I'm going to trim this, trimming. This is not a glitter stick, and I thought I had like cleaned it out, and it was working so great yesterday. All right. all right. It's not perfect, but I can live with it. So got your little tinsel-y rim around the inside, and I'm not gonna mess it up like I did the glitter rim. Although I think that that is a genius way to do it, and you should totally take advantage of that. Just wait for it to dry. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some of this hot mess of tinsel, find the end, and do just like a little, like a couple. I don't want a huge, but I kind of want something to fill up the middle of the cup. Yeah, see, like that, so that I have something that I can put my little whatnot on. All right, a little bit of hot glue, and stick that in. Just stuck one end of the tinsel in there, and then I, so you saw me curl around the other. So kind of like this. And now this is where my cute little penguin is gonna come in. Penguin time. I'm just gonna glue him to the center there, like so. Let's put the hot glue on the back. I am really happy with these. Like, I'm excited with, like I said, user error 100% on me, but I just think they're cute. And here we go. I may have to add a little glue, but it's like vintagey and it just makes me smile. Retro, nostalgic, there you go. Fun. So definitely, if this appeals to you, give it a try. If you make these, definitely, like, I don't know, tag me, let me see them, because I think that would be super cool. Do all the things, if you like the video, subscribe to my channel, Boozy Cinnamon Roll, comment, tell me what you think, answer me about the Christmas question, like, do you decorate the same every year? Do you rotate? Do you, how you do it? Here we go, this one. What do you think of these? They make me happy. So that's the whole purpose of this. That's pretty much it. Oh, how to find me. So, like, obviously the Boozy Cinnamon Roll here on YouTube. I am on social media. You can find me. I shouldn't twirl that around. On Instagram, it's the Judson DK. Yeah, and then also, I guess this is my shameless plug. If you are on Facebook, you can look for Judson's 25 Days, and I'll put the link in the thing, which is the link to my Facebook page for my Christmas blog. If you're a fan of Christmas, I do have a Christmas blog, Judson's 25 Days of Christmas. You can check it out. It's more of this nonsense. But yeah, if that's your vibe, check it out. Anyway, I've gone on way too long and feeling a little weird. But yeah, so Merry Christmas, 25 Days of Christmas. We'll see you next time. Thanks to Wickedly Whimsy for the excellent inspiration. Y'all have a good night.